Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
Howdy.
Howdy. Long time no chat. How's it going?
Lots of adventures as per usual.
Yes, tour life.
Yes.
Anything crazy to report or just business as usual?
Well, a lot has happened in not a lot of time,
Oh boy.
but it's all been manageable.
Good. Right.
Yeah.
And existential gamer, how's things? What's new? What's good?
Not much. Same as usual. Glad that the hot summer's over.
Yes. Ugh. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, my August electric bill was fun.
Oh, really? For like aircon and stuff?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
it's that way I swear every August it's the same. And then
yeah.
it dramatically goes down the next month. I'm like, well, that's just how it is.
Yes. Yeah, I have had my parents staying with me while they transition from selling their house into to moving into their new house that they bought. And it's been fine, except for they're both perpetually cold.
Oh no.
And
Mm.
so, like, when I have the AC on and they're like, it's too cold in here. And there have been some mornings when I have come down to get ready for work and
Mm.
the fucking furnace has been on in
Oh,
August. Like, you cannot do this. You cannot do this. Ugh.
put a blanket on, mom and dad.
Honestly, but they'll be moved into their new house within the next like week and a half. So
And they can crank that furnace all they want.
exactly in their own house.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah. So,
yeah, my grandparents are the same way. You walk into their house and it's like,
ugh,
oh my God.
I know. Like, I have to do the conversion, but like, just a second. It's a CDF.
I'm
Like,
also one who is always cold, but
one of
You know
those.
because of
what?
that, I always
I'm,
have sweatshirts.
I'm always cold too, but they take it to a whole new level. Like it's hot even for me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sweating.
Yeah. So like, I keep my house around like 68 degrees.
Ooh.
That's 20 degrees for everyone who's not an American.
Freedom units.
Yes. Um, but like they would always keep their house at like 78 degrees.
78.
I know, it's crazy.
Oh no.
Anyway,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm currently watching their dog because they're visiting my sister. So if y'all can hear her walking around, sorry, she's an old doggy dementia lady.
I think we're all pro animal here, pro pet.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We
Yeah.
like to hear the dogs and
But
the cats.
mhm. Yeah. So, yeah, well, I guess anyways, hi and welcome to everybody. Thanks for joining us. Even though it's been so long, it's so nice that all the regs are here. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
thank you.
Sometimes I think, oh, I haven't streamed in forever, like people are moving on.
Nah.
But
Never.
the
Who could
same
who
wonderful
would
person
ever
here and
move on
it's
from us?
so
Who?
nice. So thanks for joining us. Um, yeah, we're going to talk about this article about Viagra and what it's doing to women of a certain age in
Yes.
their
Well,
relationships.
fun fact, I, as a dedicated watcher of the old people channel, I will say that every
Mhm.
night at around 10 p.m., we switch from the ads for like Bibles to the ads for Viagra and
Wait.
like what's it called when you call someone and they say sexy things to you?
Oh,
Oh
porn
yeah, like
sex?
the adult line.
Yeah, like some sort of hotline you can call to talk to like people a third of your
They,
age.
they still have those?
Yeah, they're
Wow, those
advertised on the old people channel.
that's crazy.
Wow, in this day
No,
and age.
Grandpa, put the phone down.
Mm.
Actually, funny story. I have a funny story about phone lines. when I was probably 11 or 12, um, my friend who was a little bit older than me, so she should have known better. She was 14 when I was 12. So she should have known a little better. Anyway, um we had seen one of her father's dirty magazines, and in the back there was like all the phone numbers for all of the lines. Meanwhile, this is like 99. And so we walked to a payphone. That's how old we are, a payphone, and tried one of the phone numbers,
Yep.
not knowing that like, oh, you need a credit card to. But we were like, what is it gonna say? And it was live hot sex with horny girls. I'll
Yeah.
never forget it. Oh
My
my
brother
god.
and I in
Oh
high school, so this was like the mid to late 90s, we would also we would try to make up 1-900 lines because you could call the 1-900 line and it was free until you like, you know, I don't know, pushed a button or whatever. We never did. We always hung up. We just wanted to see what it said. So we'd,
Yeah, that's exactly
yes,
what we were
so
doing.
we wouldn't have a magazine. We'd be like, I bet there's a 900 sex line for every iteration of words you can think of. So we'd be like, oh, dial 1-900 hot butt and see if it is one. And it always was. And like it could be anything. It could be anything.
Hot butt.
Like
Oh my
wouldn't
god.
matter even if it was really stupid. It would be like, and then all of a
Yes.
sudden you'd hear like, "Hi, thanks for calling 1-900 hot butt.
Yeah.
first
The
minute,
freaking voice
the first minute
always.
is free, but every additional minute is $2.99."
Right? Oh my god.
Yes.
Ugh.
You know,
Yeah.
when I was young, I assumed no one had sex after 30. So now I guess I'm
Oh.
about to find out.
Well,
One time when I was I was probably about 30, so this was probably about 7 years ago. My cousin, who is a year younger than me, told me that our grandmother had recently told her that she hadn't been getting any for quite some time, and she was a little upset
yeah.
about it. And she would have been in her late 80s at the
You know,
time.
I have heard that nursing homes are like hotbeds for
Oh yeah.
STDs because they somehow don't think that it's a problem for them.
Yeah, or they grew up in an era
Yeah,
where you didn't
Yeah.
sleep around,
right.
didn't
But they're all sleeping around
um
with each other in those old folks' homes. It's
yeah,
quite the
good
time.
Gonna
grief.
injure
Oh boy.
themselves.
Throw their back out.
Well, shall we find out about all this?
Let's.
So yeah, this is from The Cut, which is a part of New York Magazine, I think. The little blue pill problem for some women of a certain age, erectile dysfunction prescriptions are redefining sex and not always for the best.
So I already have a comment. It's
Let's
funny
hear it.
how when his dick stops working, they stop having sex, right? Because that shows me
Yeah.
that her pleasure's never been prioritized.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's never
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm 80 and I can't really get it up, but how about I go down on you? Nah.
Right. Yeah, and getting the prescription is like so rarely driven by the wives.
Are you kidding? Never.
Like maybe never, yeah.
No.
Boy.
The
So
picture.
this visual is
That is
tragic.
great.
No, pill.
Get it away.
Oh my. Okay. My mother and I talk a lot about sex on a near daily basis. Anyone else talking about sex with their mom daily?
Okay.
Me and my mom are really open, but near daily is a lot. That's a lot. Like we talk to each other like two women talk to each other now. Like there's really not. I mean,
Yeah.
she's in her 60s. I'm in my 40s, so it's the mother-child relationship is muted at this point. We're more like friends now, but like near daily.
course.
Someone needs to call 1-800 hot butt.
Hot
Hot
butt.
butt.
Get your fix on it. I wonder if it still exists. Do it. Apparently,
Oh
according
my
to
god.
Expired Milk, 900 sex lines still exist. You've seen
Yeah.
the commercials for it.
Let's see. HOBUTT.
Okay, it's
No.
not. It's not.
Wow. What has society come to?
It's
Good
gone the
lord.
way of cassette tapes.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay, so my mother and I talk a lot about sex on a near daily basis, which hasn't always been the case. Growing up, the only sex talk I can remember came the summer before I left for boarding school when I was packing up and my mother suddenly asked about the sex education classes I'd endured as an eighth grader. Did they teach abstinence or safe sex? Because I didn't know what abstinence was, I chose the latter. Well, then, she said, you know about sex. I didn't know about sex, but she sounded relieved, which in turn relieved
ugh.
me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Whoop. We first started talking openly about sex after our respective divorces, which happened within a year of one another. I was 39 and in Kentucky, in a freestanding house, living alone for the first time in my adult life. She decided to leave Virginia and buy a too large house just down the street. Within just a few months of her relocation, I'd sold my house and moved in with her. It was in between episodes of Prime Suspect, in which Helen Mirren must not only hunt violent criminals but also combat rampant sexism, that we began exchanging stories about our sex lives. I was surprised to learn that my then 68-year-old mother considered herself sexually enthusiastic and that she thought sex had become more rewarding with age. I was also surprised to learn that she, an intrepid internet dater, had hopes and intentions of remaining sexually active for the foreseeable
No, delete
future.
the app. Delete it.
Yeah,
Don't go on
delete.
there. You're
Ugh.
better off just going to meetups or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I guess I don't know what Tinder is like for 68-year-olds. It might be vastly
I
different
don't
than
I don't know if that would have a good pool of people on it. I listen, I'm
I mean, probably
46 and I would never go on there.
yeah, it's not a great
No.
place. Now, though, just 8 years later, our talks have gone from casual and funny to negative and remorseful, as she's become increasingly weary of attempting intimacy with men her age. Interesting.
Hmm. Mhm.
My mother negotiated sex through 3 marriages with 3 very different men for a cumulative 43 years, but never once reckoned with erectile dysfunction. Maybe I was lucky, she said, maybe not. When ED dropped its head during her first post divorce sexual encounter, she was flummoxed. My partner and I were both in our mid 60s, healthy and fit. A flaccid penis was not part of my intimacy vocabulary.
What a sentence.
Wow. What a brand new sentence. Neither was the blue pill, which could actually be any number of uh,
Oh.
Diesterase type 5, PDE5 inhibitors in any number of colors, Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra, prescribed medications that improve dilation of the arteries in a penis, helping a man get and maintain an erection.
Okay, I'm sorry, but have you been living under a rock for the last 40 or 50 years? You've never heard of Viagra, article writer?
Uh, I don't know if
Isn't-
she is she saying she's never heard of it.
I don't know. She just said
I
it
thought it was
wasn't.
the bomb.
Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe it was the mom. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, To the uninitiated, including myself and almost all of the friends I polled, 30 and 40 and even 50 somethings who haven't yet had personal experience with it, sex on the blue pill is assumed to be just the same sex as sex without it. Maybe there would be a few extra lengthy erections, some discomfort on the guy's end, but that would be it. Yeah, what did like I don't sleep with men, so I don't like what do you know about Viagra?
Um, I've never had to use it.
Yeah,
Nobody's ever had to use it.
yeah,
I mean,
fair
I
enough.
know what it's I know of it and I know what it's for, but I couldn't describe to you like what it's like to
Yeah, I guess
like
I
do you have
assume
to,
maybe like the writer of this article that like it's just yeah, the same like only this, he can get an erection now, but
Well,
I
according to
guess
the
we're about to
commercials,
find out.
according to the commercials, actually,
Actually.
well actually
don't they usually end with a if you have an erection lasting over 4 hours, you should call
Uh,
someone. I said
yeah,
four.
yeah.
Now, not sure how long sex lasts, but I don't think it's usually 4 hours.
It's not.
And I feel like if
not
you
with
did have an erection for
never
four
mind.
hours, it could cause some damage.
Yeah, not if it's 4 hours, it's not a continuous 4 hours
No
of
way.
erection. No, 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 no. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's like do you so like do you have to like wait for it to kick in? Like do you sit
Yeah, I
there
think
like you're waiting for a trip, but instead you're waiting for
a boner.
yeah.
Lord have
It's kind
mercy.
of like
Well,
when you gotta wait for the shower to get warm. You keep checking. You good? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, "Hey, do I have time to clip my nails? Maybe
oh
go pee?" All right.
my god.
Watching it, waiting for it to like twitch and rise.
Oh, interesting. Lester Remember said, I've heard that men being limp can actually be a sign of a heart condition, but they just take the Viagra instead.
Yeah,
Right,
it
too proud to like see a doctor for what could
it
actually be a
it
condition.
can, and diabetes too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of health conditions can cause ED
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And
Interesting.
because
doesn't
it's
it
about
doesn't
blood.
porn consumption make their dicks break?
Well, yeah, I mean, not
Yes,
necessarily the dick, but like your brain because you
yes.
you you get
I
desensitized and you need like nastier
Although,
and nastier and more
you
hardcore
need
content.
like
yeah, that's like a
squirrels being set on fire
psychological.
to get off.
Yeah, it's
That's a psychological thing.
but I have also heard, and this could be an internet myth. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if we have any like dick havers in the chat or whatever. Probably not, but um, I've heard of this thing called Peyronie's disease, which
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard that.
you can put like a crook in your dick from jacking it too much,
Yeah.
which I, I have no personal experience with that sort of thing. So, but it's something I've heard that can happen. But I imagine you'd have to be like whacking it all the time,
All the time.
every day.
I mean, multiple times a day, I think.
Yes, continuously and perhaps vigorously.
Ah, crazy. All right, well, let's see. Large swaths of men and women describe Viagra as a game changer, a marriage maker, a lifesaver. But there also exists a mostly unheard from subset of heterosexual women who would disagree. In fact, my mother unequivocally views Viagra as the cause for her newfound aversion to sex.
Mm.
The problem is that while a urologist can improve circulation pharmacologically and add testosterone, actual ejaculation isn't guaranteed. But some men, perhaps out of a desire for the familiar satisfaction of completion, keep going, keep engaging in sex, regardless of whether or not their partner wants to or is still getting any pleasure from it.
Oh my
Red
god.
flag,
Okay.
red flag.
Yeah, are we
I have
surprised?
I have a story. I had a friend years and years ago, and she was dating this guy. And mind you, we were all in our late 20s to early 30s at this time. Um, and this guy apparently couldn't like come unless it was like an hour or sometimes 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And he wasn't obviously was not elderly, so he wasn't popping Viagra, but like I don't know what the heck was. I said to her, I'm like, oh, that sounds awful. Like, she's like, yeah, I get a little sore after a while. I'm like, oh my God.
I that's crazy.
Ew. I feel like that's a medical condition.
Yeah, or he's just like porn brained. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
he can't come. He can get hard, but he just can't come. I don't know what it is. It didn't matter what she did. Like, I, at that point, I'd be like, dude, just do yourself. Like, take care of yourself because
Right?
I've done everything. I don't know what else to
Yeah.
do.
You're like, sorry, Bob. Sounds like a personal problem.
I mean, just grip it and get it done. because she is tired. Okay.
Ugh. One doctor I spoke with, Claiborne Whitworth, explains it this way: a functional erection does not equal the ability to achieve orgasm or, as my mother points out, even an erection capable of penetration.
No, not the half chub. Oh.
Ah!
I'm
Oh,
sorry. In hindsight, I'm wondering if this article is not like the worst one you could ever be reading.
no, no, it's fine. I want to hear what these women are putting up with because it's relevant, all ages of women and the stuff they deal with.
That is true.
Um, Older male patients commonly report difficulty achieving orgasm, Whitworth told me, some failing to achieve it at all, with sexual encounters ending due to exhaustion and or discomfort for the receiving partner.
Mm.
The average time for a male to ejaculate once the penis is in the vagina is 3 to 7 minutes. An older man with delayed ejaculation can take 25 to 30 minutes or even longer. That doesn't seem like what woman could withstand that?
Yeah, you know what? Regardless of how you're enjoying it, you do dry up a bit after a
Yeah.
while. Like she can't maintain the level of lubrication for
Well,
that
yeah, and I
long.
mean, it's even if you're two women like who are using toys, like
Yes.
25 to 30 minutes, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's too long. I, I
That's
wouldn't,
too long.
you know, I wouldn't even be comfortable putting my partner through. Like, how do these guys just keep going for 30 minutes? Because if it's taking me that long,
Yeah.
I would
Isn't
be
he
like,
tired too? Like,
right, I'd be like, listen, obviously it's not going to happen tonight. Let's just do something else. It's all right.
yeah. 25 to 30 minutes of most things is enough. Like,
Yes. Yeah, nobody wants to get like a hand cramp or a tongue cramp or like
no,
throw out their lower back like humping into somebody
right?
for half an
Well,
hour.
that's about the length of some TV shows. So you should be okay. Let's start separately, and you can come in at the second commercial break.
I'm just picturing like, hey, let's put on an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and if we're not done by the time it's done, we'll just call it a night. All right?
Well, no. So next gen, those are hour-long episodes,
No,
and
no,
they
they're
have
like
to be
40
original
minutes.
series.
40 minutes. Okay,
40
now
minutes.
it's true. I'm a Trekkie, so I know. It's 40 to 50 minutes. Okay, so you're being generous. You're being like you're giving him a little bit more time than 30. And if by the end it's not happening, then let's just quit. Or
God.
if you're not feeling that ambitious, you can just put on a sitcom, which is like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just put on an episode of The Simpsons. And
Ugh. So now consider this. Vaginal lubrication is produced during arousal, and most water-based lubricants, which mimic natural lubrication, come with a suggested reapplication time of 5 to 15 minutes. According to a survey conducted by the Study of Women's Health across the nation, which lasted over 17 years and included more than 2,400 participants, the prevalence of vaginal dryness increased from 19.4% among all women at baseline, ages 42 to 53 years, to 34% at ages 57 to 69 years. Menopause, anxiety, and being married were all linked to the development of vaginal dryness.
being married.
Oh my god. That is
That's,
revealing.
Wow.
that is incredible.
See, this is what gets me. Obviously, there is variety in nature,
Of
but I
course.
do. It's always funny to me how, like, earlier in the article, they said Viagra has saved marriages. Then, on
Oh,
the other hand, marriages
it just dries you right up.
still the vibe.
It's like the fucking Sahara.
My god. Wow.
You're like, you know what, Steve? I've seen too much of your face.
Oh, sorry. It gets funnier the more I think about it.
That is crazy. Being married linked to vaginal dryness. Wow.
You go to the doctor. Hey, I have vaginal dryness, and she's like, are you married?
Are you married?
Well, there you go. That explains it.
Wow, that is really telling on themselves though. But like how shitty it can be for women. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
my god. I think I'm gonna cry. Ugh.
Ugh. So she writes, my mother's most recent encounter with the blue pill was grueling. After a taxing day, stalled car, heavy traffic, my mother told the man she was seeing that he should not take it that night. She was exhausted. All she wanted was a good night's sleep. He took the pill anyway and got into her bed with an erection.
No,
Too,
chop it off.
What? That's bullshit.
too tired for an argument, she acquiesced. That's like,
No, that's
No.
also bullshit. That's
yeah.
coercion. What?
You're ministering to him, she said of the experience, trying every trick in the book and it's not working. But he's like, I have an erection. I'm going to make this work. I've got the usable part. I'm just going to do it.
Oh,
I felt like I was the blow up doll, as if I disappeared. I was so conscious of being utilized and totally objectified. I mean, that's
well,
rape.
yeah, it is. And I I endeavor to say, like, I don't think the Viagra is really the problem. It's this guy is like
Yeah,
a
the
shitty,
entitlement and a
right.
misogyny.
Yeah.
If
I
his
mean,
dick worked, he would have done the same thing.
yeah.
He wouldn't have taken the pill. He would have crawled into bed after she said she didn't want to, and been like, but my pee pee is sad.
Yeah. I suppose, though, like, if a man does experience ED, and he doesn't take the pill, like then the woman can feel like she's got the night off kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, but like the problem is his mindset.
yeah, for sure. Oh, for
Rape is
sure.
not like just by the grace of his dick not working was she
Uh,
spared, but like that's
horrifying.
that is serious. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, do guys, once they're married, now think masturbation's not an option?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, there's that too. But she wasn't even married to this guy. This was just a guy
Oh,
she was
yeah.
seeing.
Sleeping with.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the man did not ejaculate. But penetration
Oh,
didn't end until my mother, who says she'd begun to dissociate from the moment,
you,
dug her fingers so deeply into his shoulders that he finally stopped to ask what was wrong.
oh my God.
Wow.
The next day, there was no pain, no physical irritation, tedium, annoyance, anger at self for putting up with it, lots of the latter.
Yeah, you were assaulted, ma'am.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
awful. That's so awful. In a 2003 study published in Sociology of Health, the sociologists Annie Potts, Nicola Gavey, Victoria Grace, and Tina Varez discussed the dearth of documented experiences from the female sexual partners of men who use sexuopharmaceuticals. That's a new word for
I
me.
was gonna say
Yeah.
that's a new one.
Sounds fake.
Sexual pharmaceuticals.
Talking to 27 women whose male partners used Viagra, the writer suggests that while the publicity surrounding Viagra may potentially facilitate more positive attitudes to sexuality in older age, it may also produce a societal expectation that healthy and normal life for older people requires the continuation of youthful, energetic sex lives focused on penetrative intercourse.
Yeah, and that goes back
Yeah,
to the point I
Mhm.
made in the beginning. Like,
yeah,
why? Why is all the focus on that?
right. Yeah, yeah, penetrative intercourse. Like there are so many other things that you could do.
Yeah, yeah, and I even have to wonder if he was even concerned about her pleasure at all. It doesn't
Oh,
sound like
certainly
it.
Most
not.
likely not.
No.
Certainly not. Of course, erectile dysfunction medications can create positive change for both the prescription holder and their partner. Peter, an 80-year-old in Asheville, North Carolina, can't remember when he first started using Viagra, but he does remember it was when his ability to orgasm went from twice a day to once a day. Oh, God, only
Oh
once a day.
no,
Oh,
once a day.
One day there was less penis in my pants, he told me.
what a sentence.
Somewhere in his late 60s, early 70s, however, the pills stopped working as effectively. He returned to his doctor. His problems were fourfold. It won't get up, it won't stay up, it won't stay up long enough for me to complete it, it won't stay up long enough to give her satisfaction. Peter's doctor put him on a low daily dose of Viagra,
Ugh.
instructing him to increase the dose to 100 milligrams before sexual activity. It's not as rigid as when I was a younger man. I mean, duh. nothing is the same as when you were younger. Like,
No.
No.
and it still presents some issues with penetration. I am working through those issues with the incredibly generous cooperation of my partner. Today, he says he's having the most satisfying sex I've ever had, albeit with challenges. I'm much more thankful and appreciative of what's possible.
I want to hear from his wife.
Right?
Yeah, about to say, if she's also 80, is she also wanting to get off twice a day?
Hmm.
Oh.
I don't know.
Still, my mother was eager for me to write about her experiences with the blue pill, in part because she's convinced, given her exploits, that the drug is quietly affecting the well being and happiness of an untold number of women all over the world. Telling me about her recent and past encounters, she sometimes waxed quite funnily. I mean, their faces still look good, but their little wanker is not wanking.
Mm.
But mostly she was mad. The whole business of entitlement, sex, aggression, erections, and pills makes me angry. On the one hand, I felt like I was complicit in allowing him to continue, she said. But the reason I didn't stop him is because of that stupid toe in the door of patriarchy, that a man's penis is such a fragile subject that I didn't want to humiliate him. It felt incumbent on me to make the problem go away, which is just stupid. But I was, in a way, taking care of his bad behavior.
Wow, mom's kind of based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the case of many erectile dysfunction advertisements, the perspective of female partners is either portrayed as entirely healthy and participatory, those bathtub commercials, for example, or entirely excluded. That 1998 ad featuring Bob Dole equated medicated sex with bravery, leaving out any consideration for the partner altogether with the tagline, "It may take a little courage to ask your doctor about erectile dysfunction, but everything worthwhile usually does."
I didn't know Bob Dole did
Yeah, me
commercials.
neither.
Oh, interesting.
An entire Pfizer campaign featured solo, well dressed men in confident, contemplative poses. One series of slogans highlighted by Weill Cornell Medicine's history of medical advertisements collection: "You may be a man of few words, but you know how to make them count. Men don't look for excuses, they get things done. This is the age of knowing what you're made of." Reinforced that the drug is all about the man, all about his desires, all about helping him recapture what he's previously been and no one, nothing else.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
thing there is, I've also wondered in the past, like they call it erectile dysfunction, but is it a dysfunction or is it just not your time
Like
anymore?
the natural course of aging,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
what happened before they had all this stuff? It's just like, well, your time for this sort of thing has passed.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously, fax machine, God's will, right? They
Yeah.
voiced that one on women.
mhm.
Mhm.
Everybody was going on about how wonderful this thing was, said one 60-year-old woman participating in the 2003 study. And when I read about some other women's experiences, I thought, oh, thank God, I'm normal. Not everybody sees it as being the most wonderful thing that ever happened this side of sliced bread. I asked a general practitioner if she had ever had complaints from female patients about partners misusing or overusing Viagra prescriptions. She said, "Viagra can probably uncover deeper relationship struggles. We think that sex is going to fix things. It doesn't necessarily. Plus, aging affects women's sexual health too," she points out. Female genital atrophy, for instance, is a common phenomenon among menopausal women that can reduce libido, reduce arousal, and increase difficulty in achieving orgasm, she added. She told me about a couple in their 70s who she sees and treats together. The husband wanted the pill, the wife did not. The husband wanted their doctor to explain why his wife was wrong. She wouldn't. It was very aggressive, she told me. Very much, but I'm the man sort of thing.
Mm.
I talked to Dan, a mid 50s CrossFit instructor who gave up Viagra about a year ago. Dan first started using the pill after going through a bad breakup in his late 40s. He didn't need it, he says, but the fallout from the breakup was stressful. When he started dating someone he connected with, he got worried that his stress would be a distraction and that he wouldn't be able to perform when the time came. He went to his doctor. 40s seems young,
No, I was just going to say your dick shouldn't stop working in your 40s and 50s.
right?
It shouldn't. That is too young for that.
Yeah. Knowing what I know now, he said, if I was my doctor, I would have said, look, bro, I could prescribe this shit for you and it will cause you too much more easily. It'll cause you to much more easily get an erection and keep said erection. It'll spring to life and stay there for a while, no matter what's on your mind. But in the medium to long term, you'd actually be better off if you don't actually have a physiological problem, which I didn't and don't have, figuring out your fucking mind so that you don't introduce these sorts of dependencies into the mix, because that was the thing that happened.
Mhm.
Other drawbacks for Dan included headaches, low blood pressure, and the issue of timing. He'd gauge the possibility of sex, take the drug so that he hoped the timing was about right, and that sometimes, if intercourse didn't happen, he'd be stuck. It was just not ideal. A few times while using the pill, he tells me, he felt like he might actually drop over dead during some
Oh
especially
my
strenuous CrossFit classes.
God, that it
Wow,
affects your blood flow. Why would you do that?
right? Ultimately, he weaned himself off what he referred to as his chemical dependency because the drug had begun to affect how he thought about sex. Once you take it, you're then stuck facing a headache and with this particular window where it does its thing. It inclines you to think, okay, I just took this. I should probably use my penis.
How sexy.
Ugh, right?
Also, to me, having been a former migraine sufferer most of my life,
Mm-hmm.
a headache is probably the worst thing to have when you're trying to like be sexy. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no way.
Mm.
Like if you
No
have a
way.
headache, if I have a headache, there's absolutely no way
No.
that
Yes,
it could happen.
headaches and toothaches are certifiably the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, I'd rather be nauseous and sick to my stomach than have a headache. Let's just put it that way. Or toothaches are just horrible anyway because you can't get away from it. It's right on your face, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So after talking with my mother, ooh, I just heard the dog I'm looking after whining. I think she might need help getting up. I'm so sorry.
Oh, go help
She's
her.
15.
It's okay.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Just reading the chat here. Uh, I
Yeah,
started.
if you're stuck in a Viagra time loop, you can just wash the dishes.
Exactly. And sorry, fax machine, like that your comments seem to be getting caught in the little moderator thing. I just approved them.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like there's so many reasons why maybe the wives don't want to. I mean, even this article's it's clear that the selfishness really is off the charts.
Yeah, because don't even with younger people, what's it they call it, the orgasm gap or something.
Yes.
So you'd think with
Hmm.
all this publicity on it, it would be just common knowledge that guys don't really care about you, you know, doing
Yeah.
all that stuff. So when they get older, it's like, yeah, well, I have an erection and you're just laying there and that's all I need.
Yeah. And
Horrifying.
it's awful. And then like the worst part is like it doesn't even really work. Like from what I'm seeing here, it's just like you fixed a dildo that you can't feel and you're just gonna like rail your partner for like way longer than she's comfortable with. I like what's
Yeah,
the
that sounds
point?
awful.
Like just to feel like a man, like you're it's an ego thing. It's like you're not even coming, like you're not even enjoying it. This that guy's getting headaches, the other guy like couldn't finish, like, and
Yeah.
for what? You
Yeah.
like assault your girlfriend or your wife or whatever for what?
Yeah, it's like I won't even watch a movie with someone if it seems like they're not into the movie. So
Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's like a whole separate issue of just entitlement and rapiness anyway, that it happens in men whether their dicks work or not. But like, I just I just don't see the appeal if you take it. Like if I were a guy and you take it and you get this raging headache and you can't even come really, it doesn't feel the same. It's like I don't why is the ego that big that you just need to fuck. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
whether. Yeah, sorry.
It's
No,
a
no,
deep
no.
identity
It's
crisis.
just crazy. It's so
That's
crazy.
the thing. Like it's not even at that point. It's not even pleasurable for anyone in the room. But yet you must like jackhammer.
Ah, terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So, after talking with my mother, I started. Did I read that? No. I started wondering about other women. I am guilty of acquiescing to sexual encounters with men when I wasn't totally in the mood. I'm guilty of faking orgasms in the hopes of rushing a partner's climax. I'm guilty of letting a partner continue his penetration long after it stopped being comfortable or pleasurable for me, a choice that left me feeling sore and achy well into the next day. Exactly how pervasive is women's deference to men's pleasure?
Very pervasive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
it's then like there's no way, well, I don't know. There's no way the guys don't notice. They just don't care.
right.
Right. Yeah.
I texted a few friends asking about their experiences. Mallory, who is in her early 50s, wrote back immediately. My own experience with the blue pill was great, she said, but she also told me about a woman who's a widow now but used to joke about the only foreplay was serving her husband a glass of water to take the blue pill. Oh my
Ugh.
god.
See that, and that's the thing. Like these guys don't please their wives at all in any way. They just want to stick it in, and,
Yeah.
like some kind of robot piston, just so that he can feel like he's 30 again.
Mhm.
That's it. Ugh.
Yeah. Lynn, a friend of a friend, is a 65-year-old retired medical interpreter who specialized in obstetrics and gynecology. 5 years after her divorce, what Lynn refers to as a length of time without intimacy, she was thrilled to reconnect with her first love, who'd recently become single himself. He was as opposite to my ex husband as a man could be, in mostly wonderful ways, but also the not so great, she said. He was the prototypical sedentary American with terrible dietary habits on top of the smoking, and he needed Viagra to perform at all. But the sex was fantastic, and we had a blast making up for lost time. Hmm. For Lynn, the drug initially was a revelation. But when she eventually asked him not to automatically take the pills when she noticed what she thought were side effects, as he would if there was even a possibility of intimacy, it took a long time for him to control the habit of doing so, as if it were an obsession. And it is. Eventually, her partner accepted Lynn's feedback, and now, 8 years later, they're still together.
Yeah, it's like that other guy was saying. It becomes like
Yeah.
listen, I've always said that nobody is obsessed with dicks as much as
Oh,
straight
yeah.
guys. Like they are obsessed. Like they tie everything to it.
Yeah.
And this is the result. Now, then you get dependent on this pill. No matter if you're having crushing headaches or terrible side effects, I just,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
On an intellectual level, Lynn understands that natural aging diminishes both the desire and abilities she took for granted in more youthful days. She told me that an active and fulfilling sex life has been an extremely positive part of her life. That being said, the obsession with virility is creepy, she says. The
Mm-hmm.
assumption that is what women want all the time is a turnoff.
Yes.
I found Anne, 53, through Instagram. She explained her marriage's sex life as having its share of highs and lows before she and her husband turned to sildenafil. We are very attracted to each other, have been from the very beginning in our 20s, she told me. It went up and down while raising kids. It got really good after the kids went to college. Anne described her experience with sildenafil as good for the most part. She added, "It's in his head now that he always needs it. I don't like to always have to say, 'Tonight, let's do it.' There's something a little rote about sex now." Yeah. Anne's diminished craving doesn't stop her from being grateful for the sexuopharmaceutical help her husband has received. She told me that the very best thing for her isn't the sex, it's the psychological side effect. I couldn't believe how down he could be if an erection did not happen.
Again, women have to babysit the penis feelings of dudes.
Yeah. As Ice Goddess said here, it's
Yeah.
always PIV though.
Yeah, how about one night you don't take a pill and maybe I can lay back and you can go down?
Right.
Like,
Right?
how about focus on me? to like these women, these poor women, I
I
swear.
know. A woman in her late 60s named Pearl heard that I was working on this piece and offered to share her thoughts. I've had to play along with my husband's needs and wants for a while now, Pearl told me. Before the blue pill, but since middle age, Pearl described sex as infrequent, quite casual, not unpleasant, but also not earth shattering. We both had to be quite turned on for it to happen, and yes, I often felt the need to hide my lack of interest and play along. They hadn't discussed Viagra until her husband brought a prescription home one day. Pearl had lots of questions, including whether or not her husband had acquired a similar pill for her. He hadn't. How am I supposed to get in the mood? Lube up, wait the half hour, and act like this is great, she said. I do get asked sometimes, should I take a pill? Am I in the mood? Will I be in a bit? Do I want to be in the mood? Or I get the, I took my pill a while ago. Well, great.
Well,
I'm about to fall asleep.
yeah.
Yeah, woof.
Mm-hmm.
And then
When I,
everybody just say, well, instead of this, especially for this couple, neither of them seem into it. Why can't they just do something else?
yeah,
Go for a walk,
right?
get
Watch
some ice cream,
Netflix. Yeah.
have
When
a
I told,
conversation.
honestly, yeah. So, when I told Dr. Bathsheba Marcus, a sex therapist, over Zoom about my mother's experiences that have inspired this story, she almost instantly teared up. The fact that you're talking to your mother about this is so powerful to me, she said. But she was also quick to point out that she wasn't crying for the reason I might think,
Okay, I'm sorry. That's a little extra.
right?
Like, yeah. Just like someone start crying and be like, it's so powerful. Like, um, I I just called you. I don't think we know each other. No, I don't know if they
Yeah.
know each other. They might. They might be friends. I don't know.
hmm It sounds to me to a certain degree that the thesis of this article is that the little blue pill has been really helpful for men, but is putting a lot of pressure on women in a way it shouldn't, she said. That's probably true about a subset, and I want to talk about what that subset is, but I also want you to know that FOS5 inhibitors in general have been a godsend to many, many people. Men.
Yeah, and the sex therapist has a vested
hmm
interest in being pro all this stuff. So,
Yeah. Marcus then delivered a surprising statistic that she would go on to deliver a few times more over the next couple days. By 40% of men need, that's bad writing, 40% of men need or will need a PED
mm,
5i to achieve an erection. By 50%. By 60%. 70%. And by 80, well, you're probably not going to be able to have intercourse without Viagra. When I started this piece, I was filled with rage on my mother's behalf. My working hypothesis was something along the lines of fuck the blue pill, fuck the patriarchy, fuck masculine fragility. But after talking to Marcus, I understood that my initial stance conveniently eschewed nuance. I think what you're hitting on, Marcus said, is less the problem with the medication and more the problem with the communication and the expectations about sex in our society. Yeah.
mm,
But
uh,
also, like, you're leaving out the part that
mm,
it's male entitlement and misogyny,
right.
too.
You said yeah, and I my first thought was no,
Yeah.
no,
Okay, well,
because that's a very lib femme.
yeah,
Um,
but also, like,
ta-
the expectations of our sex and about sex God, expectations about sex in our society. The expectation is that sex equals PIV.
True,
Yeah.
true, but
The
like
most
it's
dangerous
it
form of sex.
Yeah.
right, and the a lot of times the least pleasurable for the woman because
Mhm.
only a certain percentage of women can even actually come that way. So like yeah, but this is very much like the like lib femme like oh have you tried communicating with him? Like you can't communicate with somebody who fundamentally is feels entitled to you and doesn't quite see you on the same level as
Mhm.
himself. You know,
Mhm.
you can communicate until you're blue in the face. I mean, the her mother communicated to him that she didn't want to tonight,
Yeah.
and he still took it upon himself to do it anyway. So like this is I don't like this kind of rhetoric. It's like
Mhm.
yeah, communication ideally would be fine in a world where we don't live in patriarchy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. If you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be doing it. Dan, the CrossFit instructor, told me, my new relationship is so much deeper. We've gotten more comfortable. We're pretty direct communicators now. Sex isn't always going to lead to one or both of us having an orgasm. Sometimes it's like the movies and awesome, and sometimes it's nothing like that and still awesome. I just wish my doctor hadn't been so ready to say, sure, here, try it. It's much more complicated than that.
Yeah, and that's a much better attitude to have about it.
Yeah. My friend Anita, who is in her early 50s and lives in New York, met her husband, 15 years older, when she was 20. For several decades, they had a health. Wait a second. She was 20 and he was 35?
Yeah, I bet the
Mm,
relationship is a shit show.
right.
Hmm.
Oh, dear. For several decades, they had a healthy and active sex life. When Anita was 45, her husband, after a year of debilitating symptoms, was diagnosed with a near fatal heart infection. Our sex life had
What
totally dried up.
infection?
What?
I've never heard of a heart infection.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's myocarditis.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our
It's
sex,
not like it's the infection usually of like the lining
yeah.
around the heart, not the actual heart muscle.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's just my nerdy knowledge
Very
about
dangerous.
that.
The more
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Very dangerous.
Our sex life had totally dried up, she said, because he was dying and they didn't know why. Ultimately, he had two heart valves replaced, was in the hospital for a month, and put on IV antibiotics for 6 months after that. During that time, they had no sex. When they were ready to try again, they discovered he had erectile dysfunction, a common side effect for men after open heart surgery. His doctor suggested Viagra. And oh my God, it felt like I was being hammered by somebody who was never going to have an orgasm. It's fine now, but it was terrible at first because his whole body image was fucked up from the surgery and almost dying. Anita realized the conversation was in order. But that was after I got to the point where I could be like, it's working, that's great, but it's not working in a way that is deeply satisfying for me. It took a long time, like 4 years, for me not to feel like I was just a receptacle.
My God.
4 years?
That's a
Or
whole college degree.
yeah, it is. Shit.
Ugh. My boyfriend is 9 years older than I am. Long before my mother and I started talking about erectile dysfunction, he and I agreed that, if and when it was necessary, he'd get a prescription for Viagra, and that would be that. But he's been privy to much of my research for this piece, and recently, our conversations around the topic have become more detailed and specific. Everything I knew about Viagra came from commercials I saw during football games, he said. Talk to your doctor, have better, more satisfying sex. I hadn't thought much beyond the pleasurable smiles on the aging, beautiful couples' faces. What if I don't want to have sex into your 70s? I asked. Ideally, we'll find other forms of being intimate that work for us both, he said. The idea of hurting you is a total turnoff. There are lots of ways to have sex, I
Exactly.
said.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to, and I do, I'll use my hand. But maybe it'll be me who doesn't want to have sex, he said. We both
Thank God.
laughed. Yeah. These new conversations aren't sexy. Sometimes they're playful and sometimes they're uncomfortable. But one thing that seems glaringly essential to any healthy and functioning sex life is communication.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you have a guy who's open to not feeling entitled to your body, which it sounds like this guy, at least he's saying the things. We'll see if he
Mhm.
actually does the things.
Yes, he knows the script at least.
Right, right. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Men say a lot of things, but like, do they put it?
Men do
They
be
do.
talking.
But do they put it into practice?
Hmm. I'm grateful that my mother has provided me a reason to start thinking about and talking about what sex might look like as I move into my 50s and 60s. Talking about sex is hard. It took my mother and me many decades, several divorces, a shared roof, a decent amount of wine, and Helen Mirren before we were able to start doing so honestly and without embarrassment. Now, it feels as natural as pouring a cup of coffee first thing in the morning and as easy as tying a shoelace. Maturity and confidence contributed to my embrace of geriatric sex and enthusiasm for it, my
Oh,
mother told me.
I would never refer to it myself like that. Like in 20 years, am I going to be like, oh, I had some good geriatric sex last night. Wow. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like rag on her mom, but
No.
that's just as a person who's probably closer to her age than a younger person. Like I'm just cringing. I'm like, no.
We geriatrics passionately don't want to grow old, and sex, good, viable sex, offers a suggestion that we aren't really old after all. But I now believe I've given up on that element in my life, which makes me sad. Joyous, frisky, passionate sex is just that, joyous, frisky, and passionate. I would happily forego erections, penetration, and orgasms for the pleasure of being with a man who knows he's still desirable in spite of impotence. My mother has scolded herself for sometimes still having her toe in the door of the patriarchy, but I see something admirable, even subversive, in her new self possession. I know a lot of women who fear the second half of their lives, but I'm beginning to think it's the very act of becoming women of a certain age that inclines us towards autonomous and radical thinking and demanding our pleasure be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Lily's comments in the chat. Way to make people never want to have sex ever again. I don't know.
Lily.
Frisky makes me so dry, but it does. Oh.
Oh, Lily. Frisky.
I'm frisky tonight.
So depressing.
That was very depressing. I know they tried to end it on like a really positive note, but man.
Yeah, maybe it's because the article, as expected, danced around the elephant in the room that,
Yes.
the problem isn't the film.
Right.
It literally described a rape that happened.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it didn't seem to acknowledge that.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah.
Awful, awful.
And like, what was that?
Ugh.
That one woman put up with this for 4 years before opening up a
Right.
conversation.
Just a conversation about him. How'd she put it? Like jackhammering into him?
Right. Being like, yeah, jackhammered.
Yeah.
Humped.
Yeah. Hunched on, as the kids like to
Ugh.
say these days.
Do they?
That's what I hear. I don't know.
Hunched?
Hunch?
Oh
I,
my God. I've never heard
no,
that.
it's not of my generation. It's that actually drives me up a lot. Like, ew.
Yeah. Big ugh.
See, every time where I think I'm asking unreasonable questions to my friends about this sort of thing, I happen to put an article like this that is confirming everything that I feared might be happening to a lot of people out there.
Yeah, it's awful.
It is. It's horrifying.
I don't like, I have heterosexual friends or bisexual friends who sleep with men, and so many of them have the same story that like they never have an
Yeah.
orgasm. They don't like he doesn't go down on them like, and I'm like, why are you even there then? Like,
Yeah.
why do you continue to do this? I don't, what do you get out of
I
it? Literally
I had a
nothing.
conversation with a friend of mine years back. This is a different friend than the one I mentioned earlier, but not it's not all happening to the same woman. But uh, yeah, so this woman was she's very pretty, right? Very beautiful. Like she has like that vintage pinup look about her. So men like loved
Mm,
her, and she dated a lot. And one day we were having a conversation, and she let slip that in none of her, and she has like a child, like she had a child, so she had like a long-term relationship before, like in none of her
right.
relationships or encounters has she ever had an O with a partner, like ever. And I'm like,
Why are you continuing to do it then? I
and
don't
then
get it.
I'm like, well, can you on your own? Because sometimes if you can't even on your own, it could be like an issue with you.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a mental block or something physical. And she's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do it myself. I just don't. And then I asked her that. I was like, well, why even bother? And then she's like, yeah, but it's fine. I just like feeling close to him. And
Oh my
like,
god, I hear that all the time.
yeah, that's
It's fine.
bullshit. Like, oh, it's just, I feel really intimate, and it's totally fine that he gets his and I don't get mine.
Right. And the thing is I could almost buy that, like that you just like the closeness if it was like loving and
Yeah.
passionate and caring.
No,
But like that it's
no. And
not.
this particular friend of mine was also into like light BDSM too. So her encounters were not caring at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. There's nothing close or intimate about that
No.
stuff. Like
So
what?
she's basically being used as a receptacle for whoever she's
Yeah.
seeing.
Mhm.
And she is like, that's
And
like the only crumb of intimacy she can get.
Yeah.
and it's like the case for so many women who just lay there.
It's really
Why?
awful. And like,
I don't
I guess
understand.
I've been extraordinarily lucky because this has not been my personal experience. Not to
Mhm.
get too TMI, but like that in no way describes my experience. So I was flabbergasted during the conversation with her. I was like, if I'm not having an O, there's no point. Like,
Yeah, like what are we here
there's
for?
literally been maybe a handful of times over my life where it wasn't like, or two handfuls, right? Like where it wasn't going to happen. And we were just like, well, let's just, if
Yeah.
like you're getting over a cold or like, you
Yeah,
know,
certainly there are times where it's like, yeah, it's just not in the cards tonight, or
right,
that's
right. Like
different
you
than
gave it a good try. It's just,
yeah,
she's not cooperating tonight. That's very,
that's totally different than
it's rare.
women who just
Yeah.
never
And in those
ever.
situations, like he always tried. Like it wasn't like the way that other women have described it to me. Like, oh, he's just humping on me for like 20 minutes. And I
Mhm.
never came. And just like I never come any other time either. It's like, ugh. Yeah. Lie back and think
Baffled.
of England. We're still lying back and thinking of England on a grand scale.
Yeah. And I'll
Yeah.
often, and I know a lot of women who, at least in the relationship
Oh,
Oh,
aspect of updates.
hotel Wi-Fi. Do we lose her?
shoot.
Did I
You
die? Am
did,
I
but
Yeah.
back?
you're back.
I'm back. Okay, we're back, everybody. All right. So I guess I know a lot of women were in the relationship aspect of their life. I'll get updates randomly and I'll be like, oh, this feels like it's moving kind of fast. Basically, it just seems like they just go along with things. So as they started getting married, I just be like, hey, like, have you ever said no to this guy before about like anything that mattered, even didn't matter? Like, have you just ever?
Yeah.
And they always seem shocked that I'm asking, but they're like, of course. But now when I see this article where someone would put
Mm.
up this for years and not find a problem with it, I start second guessing. I said, oh, maybe they actually haven't said no to a lot of things they should be saying no to. And that's just very concerning.
Right.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I have heard online, like through the grapevine, that if you're dating guys or whatever, a good test for them, like on the first or second date, is to like disagree with them on something
Mm.
and see how they handle you disagreeing or saying no. I obviously like that's just what I've heard. I'm not advocating for anything like that. Um,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
are
but it's
very,
better to feel out the like red flags sooner than later.
yeah, no, yeah, but I know a lot of listeners don't are not in the datosphere, so they're not, but it's just something I've heard. You
Yeah.
you want to like gauge his entitlement or his refusal to take a small no, because if he won't take a small no, he won't take a
Ah,
big no. Like it
mhm.
obviously on the first few dates, you're not going to have like, hopefully you're not going to have like a huge no to say. You're going to have little no's. And
Yeah, just
Yeah.
be like, you know what? I don't like The Godfather.
Oh my god.
I don't like Fight Club.
I don't like Fight Club. Never liked it.
Yeah.
Oy.
It doesn't
Or
speak to me as an individual. Okay.
or you can be like, hey, I actually don't want to go get sushi tonight. Why don't we go get Thai food instead? I don't know, something
Yeah.
dumb.
Yep.
Yeah, ice goddess. Yeah, it is the swamp.
Funny.
Yeah. And yeah, the reason I start asking friends that is like, even though I've never dated, I've obviously had to turn guys down before.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty thorough. I'm pretty like clear
Yeah, I imagine
in,
you're
in,
very
in
clear.
that sort of thing. And it's only happened a handful of times, but every single time they would have like extreme reactions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like one straight up tried to push me down the stairs. So
What?
Fuck.
yeah, like extreme. I think wow, like the flip switch so fast.
Yeah.
I was shocked. So that's why I'm like, hey, have you ever? Yeah, people open waters.
That's crazy. It's like you're he asks you and you're like, before I answer you, let me make sure I'm not near any high places. I'm gonna take a seat.
Mhm.
Also, I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out this pepper spray and put my finger on the trigger. Um,
Exactly.
I hope you understand, but yeah,
Yeah. 0 to 100.
Wowza. Crazy.
that's unhinged.
Mhm.
Extremely unhinged. Um, I had an experience like recently, like my best friend moved back to my city, which has been wonderful. I'm so happy.
Woohoo.
But
Yeah.
she's bisexual and she's hooking up with a guy right now. Anyway, she 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 said that she talks about me all the time because we're best friends. Anyway, and he said that he wanted to meet me.
No.
And my friend was like, "Absolutely not, and she will never ever want to meet you." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yes, you know me
Uh,
well. Good girl.
Mhm.
Good girl."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I love that she said that right to his face. She will never want to meet you.
Nope. Mm-mm.
She knows
yeah.
me well.
Yeah. My,
Especially, he's just a hookup anyway. Like, why do you
Oh
need to
yeah.
meet him? Like, ugh.
Yeah, absolutely not.
yeah.
Um,
Meanwhile, my friend's husband, apparently, she told me that he's wary of me because he thinks that I don't like him, and I said, well, I don't. And I said, I don't, and that's
Yeah.
okay. And he should be okay with that too.
Yeah.
mhm.
And she's like, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I know. I'll let
I'll
him know.
let him
So, yeah, you
know.
let him know.
Hey, guess what?
That's funny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. She does know me so well. It's the best.
You know, if
She's
if people want you to
anyway,
like them, they should be likable. So,
Mhm.
agreed.
Yeah,
And
if
men
he
aren't
wants me to like him,
likable.
he should at least watch Star Wars.
just just like Star Wars, we'll be instant besties.
Yeah. It's like, if
But
you like
like,
Star Wars, we can at least smooth things over.
yeah, there's like no reason for me to meet any man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, unless she's getting married or something and he's going to be like a part of her
yeah,
life
like
permanently.
right. And that's what I said. I was like obviously if you fell in love with
Mhm.
somebody and it was serious, like I wouldn't be a fucking asshole to
Right,
the
right.
guy, like, because I care about my best friend.
Sure, yeah.
But
Some
yeah,
rando
like I
hookup?
do,
Like, no. Why?
yeah, even a boyfriend,
Right. Like,
like if it's getting serious enough that it's going to turn into more than a
yeah,
boyfriend, then
maybe,
okay,
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, the
But
boyfriend's just like, I was here before you and I'll be here after you, so there's no
yeah,
reason for us to communicate.
right. And I don't have men in my life. Like, there's no reason for me to. Why would I ever? Like, um, not happening.
Yeah.
Happening.
Mhm. Unapologetic.
Mhm.
Listen,
Yep.
if men want to be liked, they should be more likable,
Mhm.
like as a class of people.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with like the whole like male loneliness epidemic.
Ah,
Like,
yeah.
Hate
stop
it.
hitting yourself.
Right. It's like everywhere online now, everybody's talking about it. And, a lot of people are women mainly are rightfully pointing out that it's more like a male entitlement epidemic.
Yeah. Like,
Hmm.
you're not owed contact with other people. Like, be somebody who other people want to contact. Be
Right.
somebody who people want to hang out with.
Anything except being a better human being, I
Yeah,
swear.
literally.
Like anything except not treating women like objects.
Yeah. Like, no, I mean, it kind of goes back to the whole transmaxing thing we talked last stream.
Yes.
How these men would rather transition than like get a decent education or a job,
Right.
maybe go to the gym a little,
Right.
maybe eat decent food, maybe wash their face.
And their
Like, they
ass
would
crack.
rather transition that's just yeah, or that. They'd rather transition
Yeah, or at the
than
very least, they'd rather transition than maybe be somebody who women feel comfortable talking to and spending time with.
mhm.
Oh, is that what the article was about? Guys were transitioning just because they were not
Yeah.
successful
Yes.
in
So
boys or
that's
something?
transmaxers are primarily heterosexual males who transition not because they have dysphoria, but because they think that women have it better in life. And so they want the perks that they believe women have in society.
Yeah, I mean, they despise women, but they
Yeah.
sexualize like womanhood and femininity. So their sexuality gets all fucked up, and some of these guys will even get fucked by other guys
Yeah.
at cosplaying as the woman in their porn addled dreams. Like it's
It's
really weird.
absolutely fucking
Oh,
mind-blowingly crazy.
Yeah.
It
that's
is
Very weird.
wild.
so crazy.
That's
Expired
why,
milk.
like, one of my spicy conspiracy theories is that women are often stereotyped as being sexually fluid, but I don't
Mm,
think that's true. I think women are not sexually fluid. Like, it's either straight, lesbian, or bi, right?
mhm.
Um, Men are the ones, they're the ones that are more fluid. Like, it's like they're the ones that fuck like pies and
Right.
random objects and like
Yeah,
and
exactly.
transmax, and
Like,
they're not gay, but all of a sudden they're like getting banged
Like,
by this
whatever it
dude.
takes to get their dick wet, they'll do it.
Right, like it doesn't
and I've heard like if you talk to anyone who's ever worked in an emergency room,
Oh,
you can see
yeah.
the lengths men will go.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like their sexuality is less like set in stone and more like any hole is a goal, really.
Mhm. And this from Ice Goddess, these men are so manly that they get fucked by men. But, like, there is part of, like, the right wing, like we talked about on
Hmm.
the transmaxing thing, the groypers, the extreme right
Right.
wing, who believe that there's nothing gayer than falling in love and
Well,
fucking a woman.
so
It's what
it's
the
interesting
fuck?
because I think when misogyny reaches such a fever pitch, and you saw it in like ancient Greece, right? So
Yeah, oh, yeah.
when you believe women are basically like animals and only good for reproduction, and you can't relate to them, they're not actually people, and you go far enough in it,
Mhm.
the only people you could love are other men, and
Yes,
it doesn't
exactly.
matter your actual orientation, you hate the idea of a woman so much that even though perhaps you might be straight, you can't fathom. It's like trying to fathom getting into a relationship with like a donkey or a horse. Like you can't because it's a woman. So it
Yeah.
only other men can receive love like that, and that's where they get their sexuality is all fucked up and twisted.
It is so, so, so crazy. I mean, we don't know for sure that he is, but, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But he is the one who said there's that, like, the most gay thing a man can do is fall in love with a woman.
That
It's baffling levels of what the fuck.
yeah. The most extreme horseshoe to ever horseshoe.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. It really is.
Yeah.
So baffling. Oy. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I've been like super offline lately because I've been doing stuff in real life. Whoa. So I'm not even caught up on any of the like the latest internet stuff.
Yeah, I've been busy too, but I did just turn on the news today for the first time in like a month.
Huh? What did you learn?
I learned that there's military troops in Chicago
Oh, I heard that too.
and maybe Portland.
Oh yeah, I heard that Portland is being described as like a fucking war-torn battleground.
Yeah, and I guess there was some meeting with like every military general, and I guess Trump was upset because they just kind of sat there and clapped at the end rather than hooting and hollering. Where he was like, I was talking with my old buddy here, the Secretary of War, that American cities are great training grounds for our military. Yeah.
Whoa.
I said, "Oh, that sounds like Star Wars."
Yeah. I have to admit, I've been online, but I haven't been keeping up with political stuff at all.
Yeah. Well,
Totally
that is what I
burnt
learned
out.
today watching TV, watching CNN for an hour. I said, okay, well, alas.
Yeah, I haven't been on Reddit or Twitter or anything in like actually, well, today is the first time I have touched my laptop since September, I don't even know, 30th?
Wow.
Yeah, because I've just been hanging out with my friend and her kid and yeah. So I've been MIA.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I've had the show schedule from hell.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Well, I knew before the tour.
Well, from hell it sounds
Yeah,
like.
I knew from before the tour, like, because I've been on a lot of tours, and there's a lot of green people on this one. And if even I looked at the schedule and think, oh, that's going to be difficult, then I
Oh.
anticipated that people would not adapt well. And we've been out here for a while, like with rehearsals and everything, but this past week was our first full week, which will be mirrored for the next 6 months every week. And by the end of our last show day, people, as the kids say, people were crashing out.
Crashing out.
Crashing out. See? Have you had to fire anybody? Expired milk. Did we lose her? Hotel Wi-Fi strikes again.
It does.
Oh, hello.
Damn you,
I-
Hilton.
Oh, I died for a sec. I might be back now.
Yeah.
You
I
did,
said,
yeah.
Did you have to have you had to fire anyone?
Yes.
Ah, sniped again.
Yeah, I did. I had to fire someone.
Oh, bummer.
Won't.
I was about to have to fire a second person, but they're like, no, we'll get him some help
Oh boy.
and see if it is.
Oh boy, that sounds intense.
Mm.
Sorry
Yeah,
that you're
on our
dealing
last
with
show, I think I had 2 people storm out of loadout. I had someone who had a full-blown panic attack on side stage mid-show.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I
Oh
said,
my
wow,
God.
we're struggling.
Damn.
Yeah,
What a disaster.
indeed. And we're just getting started.
Yeah, you've got a ways to go,
Yeah,
right?
you're doing it till like Christmas time, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's good because we had yesterday and today off, so we get to our hotel yesterday morning, and people are still sleeping on the bus. And I'm in the hotel lobby from about 7 a.m. trying to get all the hotel room keys early. Because before, like our first weekend, after we just had like a couple days of shows, people were on me from the start, like, where's my hotel keys? Is all the rooms ready? This time, I didn't see a single soul until 11:30 a.m. I said, "Yeah, I was about to go on the bus and check on you all. I thought you died or something." They're like, no, we just woke up.
Oh,
Aw, rough.
Mhm.
that is rough. The older I get, the less I can sleep in, tell you that.
Oh man, I'm
Yeah.
there and I'm just
Yeah.
37. If I can make it to 7:45, that is a sleep
Mm-hmm.
in. But usually it's like between 6:30 and 7 that I wake up.
Yep. Yep. I wake up on my own before my alarm most days.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Sometimes on the weekend I'll like go back
Ugh.
to sleep for maybe an hour. Like I'll wake up at like 5:45 in the morning and maybe fall back asleep at 7 and then sleep until 8.
Ooh, living
Yeah, that's
big.
weekends. Weekends for you.
I know.
Because I can, but
You know what? The on Sunday, it was race week, so I got up at 5:45 to watch the race at 6. And normally this is not a thing that happens to me, but I was struggling and fighting for my life to keep my eyes open the whole
oh.
race. I was like, even a few times I felt like my head snapped back from like almost nodding
Oh.
off.
Oh.
And so,
I
so I
mean, it is
finally
a
I
race
did
that
make it.
tends to not have any overtakes.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting, but afterward, I did go back to bed and I slept until like it was over at 8 and then I slept to 9:45. It
Wow.
was nice.
Whoa. Yeah. That's more like a
Oh.
nap to me. It's like a mid-morning nap.
Yeah, it was like yeah, after bed.
Oh.
But
Oh yeah, well, speaking of which, my parents just got back to America.
I know they were
Oh.
there at the
They were
race.
there.
Ugh.
Not only were they were in the suite of my favorite team.
I know. I'm so
So I said,
jealous.
I was texting them. I was like, first of all, this is amazing. But also, second of all, why aren't you? Because they're, well, they're Lewis Hamilton fans, so I thought they'd try to
Yeah,
be in the Ferrari area. And apparently, like,
that'd be so
yeah,
expensive.
probably. I don't know how it works with those types of passes, but I was like, you were like,
Very expensive, let me tell
yeah, I
you.
was like, you were like 6 feet away from Ocon. What?
Yeah, no, when I went to the Montreal Grand Prix, I looked into Paddock Club, they
Mhm.
call it. Because I was like, this is probably like a once in a lifetime thing. Like, if it's like $2,500, like I think I'll
Mhm.
do it. Treat myself big time. So I looked into the Paddock Club, and it was like, uh, you can just email us to
Oh
inquire
no, they
with
don't
it.
even give you a price.
And I was like, "Ooh, hmm, okay, so let's just try this." So I did email, and the lady that got back to me was like, so you pay us a $700 deposit, and then we will allow you to view the packages."
Oh.
No.
And I was like, "Oh." And if you buy something, then that $700 goes to it. But if you don't buy something, you are out $700.
Yeah, the fact that the
So I was like,
deposit is $700 shows you that the actual
They're
price is
just
probably
trying to weed
way.
out they're trying to weed out the commoners.
yeah, the
Mhm. The
pores,
pores.
kilometers, exactly. So I was like, "Okay, this is not for
Mhm.
me." And then about 3 weeks after I hadn't replied to her, she emailed me again and was like, "Okay, so here's the breakdown." And the basic Paddock Club access, not even to be like at a particular team's hospitality, just the basic access was
Jesus
$17,000.
Christ. Oh my god.
Wait, did you say
What?
17,000?
Yeah, 17,000. I think I gotta lay down for a
$17,000.
second. Hold on.
No. I'm like, who is going to
Rich people.
this?
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah, well, I guess that's Formula One for you.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I will just get my little grandstand seats, and that's all we
It's
need.
okay, Raffle. You can come to the US. We can get paddock passes for NASCAR.
Okay, yeah, sure. The US race is next, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
How many people can fit in one of those $17,000 places or whatever? Can we split it? Can we split it among 50 people? Who wants to go? 50 people split $17,000.
Oh my god. Oh
Packing
my
there like
god.
sardines.
Yeah. Crazy talk. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, goodbye.
That's the kind of thing, like, I think even if I won the lottery or something, like, it's
Yeah, I
it's
would
like the
not.
principle of the thing. I'm like, that's way too much fucking
Exactly.
money for that. I know I have millions of dollars
Yes.
now, but damn it, it's the principle.
I know, like sometimes like one of my dad's favorite sayings is always that like people have too much money and not enough
Yes.
brains. And like I feel the same way. Like I feel like if I won the lottery, like my life would not really change that much.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Like I would
Yeah. It's like pay off your loans.
Right,
and
like,
then
I've
I would
actually
pay
had
my
savings.
mortgage off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've had conversations with people in my life about, like, just like goofing around, like, what would you do if you won the lottery?
Yeah.
And
The
it's
lottery
like,
question.
yeah, it's like I don't want like a mansion for a house, because that's like that much more to maintain and like bother with. I'd get a nice house, with enough room that I
Yeah.
could have guests come over, but I wouldn't get like millions of dollars of mansion. And they're like, well,
No.
you could just hire somebody to maintain it. I'm like, or I could just have like a regular nice house and not have to also
Right.
maintain, and like you got the mental load of it. Like, you got to figure out when all your
Yeah, a
help is
palatial estate.
right. Like, an
Like, are you
estate, you have to
kidding me?
manage the estate. Like, no. I don't want to do that. And it's like, I wouldn't get a
No.
flashy sports car because they're horrible to maintain. It's like, just get like something top of the line but very reliable, and that's it. And then, like, I would want to save money, because it's not just me. Like, what about future generations? Like, I
Yeah.
actually have progeny, so
Yeah. I know growing up.
I know whenever I think about like
Oh,
go
what do you
ahead.
think? Yeah, like growing up, if I had, some girls would have, big birthday parties at their houses because they lived in mansions or on estates, and I go there and I just think, yo, what if you like put down your car keys here and you forget where you put them? You would never find them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
you
that's
would
the
just
other
be
thing.
trapped.
Just trapped forever. But like, fax machine brings up a good point too. Like, I'd buy my family houses. Like, I'd pay off the mortgages of everyone who has one.
Mm-hmm.
I
know. My lottery fantasy is always about like things I want to do. It's never about stuff I want.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'd make
Like
sure my
my
immediate
lottery
family was
dream.
taken care of.
Yeah. My lottery fantasy dream is so much money that I could buy like multiple entire apartment buildings and have them be supportive living for people who are like experiencing homelessness and transitioning to being housed. Like
Yeah.
my dream is like having like one of the apartments on each floor be like a social worker's office, and there's like social work team on each floor, and like people are housed and safe, and like that's my lottery dream.
Well, you could start your own nonprofit. Like,
Oh,
that would be a nonprofit venture right there. You'd have
I
to hire
know.
like social workers and like maintenance for the building and
Oh,
stuff.
my dream.
Exactly. Especially right now, at least in America, there's lots of smaller liberal arts colleges that are just shutting down. So I'll see an article about it every now and then. So I say, well, we still have these beautiful campuses all around. What if you just bought
Ooh,
it and
convert
turned it
it.
ties like that? Yeah.
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 The world.
Just donate some money to like local animal
Oh, I
rescues or
know.
something. Like I'd do that too. Like, yeah.
I know. The dream is like to be like Jeff Bezos's ex-wife who's given away like something like $400 billion.
Yeah. Because
Amazing.
like you don't need that much money, you know?
No, you could never use it.
No.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
hear my parents' dog grumbling in the background at all?
No.
Oh, she is like I said, she's really old, and so she just like makes like little grumbling noises every now and again, even though she's
Oh.
doing nothing. She just like
Oh, just like old people.
exactly. It's so funny.
But speaking of having lots of money, did you people in the chat might have seen this. There's this article going around about I know there's some story called Eat, Pray, Love. It was a book first, apparently, then it
Yeah,
Yep.
was a movie.
yeah,
There's this article author of that who it's like the most wildest thing I've ever read. But basically, she has all this money and she had been married to this guy that she based this Eat, Pray, Love story off of. But then years later, I guess she had this other lady friend who then found out she had cancer and like 6 months to live. So she immediately divorced the husband, bought this lady a house, moved in with her, and basically said, "Oh, I'll be with you, as you die." Unfortunately, the lady who was sick had a history with addiction, and I believe it
Oh,
was the author who was like, "Well, you're gonna die anyway. Let's go on a
no.
6 months long."
oh no. Wait, you cut
So
out. You cut out. I heard 6 months long what?
bender, basically,
6 months long what?
like a
Oh shit.
drug
Oh,
like bonanza. And like, yeah, the article starts with like, yeah, we were in this nice house and there was just stacks of cocaine everywhere. And of course, once the lady was addicted again, she was obviously not very pleasant to be around. So
Oh my
eventually the
god.
author plots to kill her because 6 months
What?
went
what?
by and she wasn't dying.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
It's
What the
it's
hell?
crazy. Does anyone in the chat know what I'm talking about? It's like
No.
you
This is
I don't think she
nuts.
maybe
she couldn't have written that story. Like that's too crazy.
yeah, like if you look it up, maybe we can look at parts of it. It's yeah. So, but then like she catches the sick lady, gets vibes that she's about to be murdered, so she's like, "Don't do it." And then the author was like, "And then I figured maybe I'll just kill myself."
Oh my
And
god.
but then I guess eventually the author ends up kicking her out, where the sick lady, now addicted to everything, is just on the streets. But then she
Oh,
goes to her ex, and her ex is the one of all people who gets her off of drugs again, where she's like
oh,
clean for the last 2 months of her life, then dies. But then apparently, since this article was published, apparently the article is part of like a larger book that this author has put out about this whole experience. And now the family of the dead lady is suing her because they didn't want her to talk about all this stuff.
wow.
Oh my
It
god.
might single handedly be the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I found one on NPR maybe.
yeah,
But
yeah,
another one, the headline is, oh, sorry, what?
yeah. I think. Oh,
Oh, we
am-
lost you.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I think it's probably been published lots of places by now. I think it was a Guardian article that I read, but it's probably all over the internet.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there's a Guardian one. Eat, Pray, Love author on leaving her marriage for a dying friend. She said, "Let's just live balls to the wall until I die."
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought maybe Radical will have opinions on this since I know you do that type of work sometimes. So.
But my people are from totally different like
Yeah.
lives. Like, I'd have to read the article and see. But wow, that sounds very crazy
Mhm.
and intense.
Yeah, this author sounds like she's not quite right.
Yeah, she said she's calling herself a sex and love addict. And I think I thought of it
Oh
Oh,
because
boy.
she started off saying, "Oh yeah, I got all this money from Eat, Pray, Love." So then I was just giving to everyone. I was gifting people all these things, and I was addicted to it. So then when this lady was sick, I said,
Hmm.
"Yes, let's keep doing that."
Wild.
Wild
but
stuff.
then she wanted to
Yeah.
murder her? Like, what?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I guess when you're addicted to everything, you just get mean, I guess. And she would
well,
wake
yeah, but
up
whose
this
fault is that?
exactly.
Who,
It's like,
who?
first of all, if she really loved this lady, she would not be like, "Okay, I'm in love with you. Let's
No,
get you hooked on drugs." Like what?
no, no.
Um,
Bonkers.
Yeah, that's not love at all. That's something else. I don't know.
This sounds like one of those crazy Netflix
I know,
documentaries.
right?
Like,
It
yeah.
does.
did anyone watch Unknown Number on
No,
Netflix?
what's it about?
No.
It's about these two teenage kids who start getting harassing text
Wait,
messages that are like
is this the
What?
one where it turns out to be her mother, or is that a different? Yes, okay.
yes,
What?
her mom the whole
Yep,
time.
I've heard of this one. It's crazy.
Wait, so her mom is just texting from an anonymous number, being like, "Eat
Yeah,
shit."
her mom,
No, literally like the most vile, heinous shit you could
yeah,
think of. Like telling her to kill herself. You're a disgusting, anorexic, flat ass, stupid bitch.
yep. And this was
Like
a years long bullying campaign.
years, years long. Writing things like about the her teenage daughter's boyfriend being like, he loves me, he's got good dick, blah 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 blah. Like horrifying shit for years, and it was her mom the whole
So
time.
there's something wrong with the mom, right? Did they determine what it was, or
Extremely. No, they really glazed over it completely. Um, I've seen lots of talk like online about like on subreddits and stuff about how they think like she really liked her teenage daughter's boyfriend and was like competing with her daughter for
That's
his
sick.
affections. Yes. It was crazy. It was so
Oh,
crazy.
wow?
Her mom. And then when the cops finally figured it out, they told the daughter with her mom in the room. Yeah, it was wild. It
Crazy
was
stories out
nuts.
there. Yeah, I was because I'm in
Yeah,
this
man, people
I'm
are
in this nice hotel today, so instead of like a drawer, like a bedside drawer, they put the Bibles and stuff in. It was just out in the open. So once again, I'm in a hotel with the Book of Mormon next to me. And I thought, so this
oh,
other
that's
lady on my
funny.
tour, she was saying, "Yeah, you should watch this show about this Mormon thing. It's crazy because we're gonna be over there later for our tour. Maybe they'll be at the show." I was like, "Wait, what?"
What Mormon thing?
She was talking about. It seemed like it. She was talking about both a reality show, but also maybe a documentary.
Oh, the Mormon wives one.
Yes, something like that. I think she, in general,
Yeah.
likes to watch cult content. So she was like, "Yeah,
Oh, is it a culty one? Or because there is a reality show about like the crazy lives of Mormon wives or whatever
yeah.
the hell. But they're like modern women.
oh, oh, this one sounded dead again." Am I dead again? Oh, am I here?
I hear you now.
Okay, woohoo! Man, hotel Wi-Fi.
But this one sounded more like culty.
Yeah, some sort of thing with twists and
Mm,
turns. Yeah, so
Yeah,
interesting.
until
Gabrielle mentioned the. Oh,
oh, go,
sorry.
go.
Oh, sorry. Gabrielle mentioned the Book of Mormon musical. That's the first thing I thought of. I knew it wasn't it, but
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it either, but until a couple years ago, I thought the Book of Mormon was literally only a musical. Like yeah, like
Oh,
I feel
oh,
like intellectually I knew there was a religion called Mormonism, but I wasn't thinking about if they had a religious text or not. I thought they or something. So
oh yeah. The Book of Mormon is all about Jesus's adventures in North America.
yeah, the
yep.
biblical fanfic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
literally.
made by the South Park guys. Yep. They
The
no,
musical,
no, no,
not the
yeah,
religious
no, the
text.
musical. You know, say what you want about South Park, but I do think they're talented musical writers. Like they can write a
Oh
good show
yeah.
tune, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, those
Those
Mormons.
wacky Mormons.
I know them well where I live.
Yeah, I've had some dealings with them as well. We had quite a
Hmm.
sizable population in the New England small town I grew up in.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere
Yeah.
here.
They were nice, but they
Everywhere.
always had a bunch of kids. Like you'd go to
Oh
school
yeah.
with them and it's like, yeah, I have a sister in my grade with me and then my brother is in the grade below and then the grade below that is my other sister and then it just goes all the way down. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because they have to populate the planet that they're each going to
Oh.
inherit. That's why they have.
Planet? Oh, is that what you get in the afterlife?
Mhm.
Yes, they believe that every man will become the god of his own planet. And so they also believe that in the afterlife, you will go to that planet. And so you need to have lots and lots of children to populate your
Yep.
planet.
What?
And they
But
all,
if everyone gets their own planet,
No,
then how would the
only the
children?
men get their own planet. The children and
Ah,
yeah,
wives that he marries, multiple wives, go onto his planet. Because once you're married in the Mormon faith, you're together forever. Even in the
forever.
afterlife, you go to his planet. Doesn't matter if you hate him.
Yeah. And furthermore, they believe that Earth is just a previous Mormon's planet. And the god that they worship is a previous Mormon, and this is his planet
Oh, does that
that
mean
we're
we're
all
all
on,
related?
I guess.
yeah, that's quite Inception there.
It's
The
nuts.
narcissistic
Planetception.
delusions of these guys are insane. Like okay, it wasn't enough that Christianity like put the men at like the head of everything, right? No, no, no. No, you need to have your own planet when you die.
Yeah.
And
Mhm. In the celestial
yeah.
kingdom. I know way too
And
much about
you're
this just because of
the
fiction.
god of the planet. Not the king, not even the
Yes.
king or like the top dog. No.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep. It's like that. It's like Russian nesting dolls, I guess, or like the native girl on the Land O'Lakes butter who's holding a Land of Lakes butter,
Oh,
which has a native girl on it holding a Land of Lakes butter, which
really?
deeper and deeper and
I've
deeper.
never noticed. I gotta
Yeah.
have to look at that next time I'm at the store.
Oh yeah, it's a native girl. She's holding a box of Land O'Lakes butter, and on that box is a native girl holding a thing of Land O'Lake butter, and so on and so on and so on. So it's like that's how Mormons conceptualize planets and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
um, this planet is the planet belonging to a former Mormon
Well,
ruling over, you know,
well, what happened
and
to
then
him? His afterlife isn't going so well, is it?
well, he used to live on his own like a different planet that was the planet belonging to the god above him,
Well, why does he get
and
two?
it really
So the Mormon.
no,
Okay.
no, go ahead,
So
go ahead.
I'm a Mormon guy, right? I live my life.
Uh-huh.
I die.
Yep.
But then I come
Yep.
back into the current universal canon as a star being that now lords over a planet that is in the same plane of reality as the one that I just left.
I'm not sure if it's the same plane of reality, so I don't
Yeah.
want to confidently say
Yeah,
yes or no.
it would have to
but-
not be, right? It would be in like the
I think so, yeah.
celestial realm.
Yeah, the celestial
Yeah,
kingdom.
like not our multiverse.
Correct. You'll get your own planet somewhere out there. And yeah.
Well, see, I was talking to someone the other day actually about Islam, and I did not know this because I was like, oh, yeah, I know that part 1 of the Bible is the Torah. And then she was like,
Mhm.
yeah, and the Quran is the sequel to the New Testament.
Is 3, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a trilogy.
Yeah, but
Yep.
Mormons, they believe that their Book of Mormon is part 3.
Mhm.
Oh, so there could be a beef there.
Yeah. Because they believe that the Book of Mormon is, Jesus died on the crucifix and then came back to life in North America. And the Native Americans here in Canada and the United States are one of the lost tribes of Israel. And so the Book of Mormon is all about Jesus' adventures here in the United States. They also believe that the Garden of Eden is somewhere, I think, in Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah, that's what I saw when I first opened it up at that
Missouri.
hotel a while back, because I opened it up and it was like Jesus, and I said, okay, they like Jesus, and then it was like John Smith, and then I was like, who's John Smith?
Oh
And
my
then it
God.
was they had a picture, Jesus visits the Americas or something, and I said, wait a second, that's not canon.
Yeah, so as someone who writes fan fiction, this sounds like a Bible AU
It is.
Yeah.
with OC Joseph Smith.
Yes.
Oh, Joseph Smith, yes, not John Smith.
Oh yeah, Joseph. Yeah. Why did I know that? Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's like somebody's like, no, I don't like the Bible. I need to write something else. This is my interpretation of an alternate universe where Jesus came to North America, and because the United States is extremely relevant to the old world. Yeah,
Yeah.
as far as our religion goes. Like,
Yeah,
no.
like Ice Guy said, the guy who wrote it, Joseph
Yes.
Smith, mentioned that an angel gave him gold tablets. Right. That
Yeah,
only he
bonkers.
could read
Through a hat.
through a hat. A top hat. He put his face into a top
Oh.
hat.
You
was
cannot make this shit up.
It's yes. And then when asked by others to present the gold tablets, he couldn't find them. He lost
Oh,
them.
how
Whoopsies.
convenient.
It's
Wow.
nuts.
And just the whole segments of society are based off of this.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
It
like
is so wild.
it's like Lily said a little ways up the chat. Like, I can't believe people base their lives on this stuff. And yeah,
Yes.
I kind of think that way about all religions, to be honest. But Mormonism really takes. Everybody bags on Scientology for being cuckoo fucking bananas, but I don't more. Mormonism really.
No, Mormonism is as cuckoo fucking bananas.
because doesn't Scientology have like a sci-fi book? But is it
Yeah,
also
Robert
Bible?
Heinlein. It's like a space AU of the Bible. It's like there's a planet or perhaps some kind of being called Xenu, and we're all like,
And he's more than 1 trillion years old.
yeah. And like we came down here, and there's the word thetans, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I know it
Thetans are like little demony things that I think cloud
Oh,
your
okay.
thoughts and make you sin. I
They
think.
make you sin. Mm.
I think, and you have to clear your body of Thetans.
So, okay. Expired milk, you might appreciate this analogy. This reminds me of when they explained the mystical force using midichlorians. It's like, no.
Yes.
Demons, we don't like demons are supernatural and paranormal. We don't like demons. We need to scientifically explain it. It's called the thetans, and it's like little particles that make you sin, and we can prove it. Like, what?
It is midichlorians.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my poor doggy. Can you hear her now?
No. I kind of wish I could hear her. I want to hear
Oh,
her.
she's just like, oh, she might. I'm just looking at her and she,
Oh.
guess not. She was gonna maybe awoo, but she
Ooh.
didn't.
Come on, give us an awoo before we log off.
She's looking at me. Guess not.
Awoo.
But I should probably take her out and stuff and get her settled soon. Um, so yeah, maybe we could wrap up.
It has been almost 2
Um,
hours.
I know, but it's so nice to chat with everyone again. Thanks for everyone coming. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Indeed.
it was fun.
Yeah,
As always.
nice. Yeah. Um, housekeeping. I'm gonna stream with Nena and Rusty on Saturday evening. So same time, same place. And then potentially maybe with you gals the week after.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
depends on if expired milk is available or not. But yeah, I have some availability coming
So
up
you're
for
talking
streaming.
about like
So
the week starting Monday the 20th, right?
no, sorry. I could potentially stream on the 16th or 17th.
Oh, okay. I'm actually not available next week, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well then never mind.
Yeah.
All good. All
I'm
good. Yes, exactly like Fax Machine said. Good to see everyone again. Very much so. So yeah, on Saturday, streaming with Nina and Rusty.
Oh.
What?
Expired
Did we
milk.
lose
Did you
expired
fall
milk?
off the bed again?
No, I just leaned back in my chair. It creaked a bit, maybe. Then I froze, then I unfroze.
Yeah.
Aw. All right. All right. Well, yeah, we might as well say our goodbyes. So thanks, gals, for
Thanks for having
joining.
us.
It's always nice. I'll see everyone who wants to come on Saturday and keep you posted when the next one after that will be. So thanks. Have a good
Bye.
night.